Have you ever felt like the world was laughing at your struggles? Like your pain is just a punchline for others? Let me tell you something. The joke's on them. Because the fire that's burning you right now is the same fire that will forge you into steel. Most people don't understand this simple truth. Pain isn't your enemy, it's your weapon. While they run from discomfort, hide from failure, and beg for an easy life, you, yes, you, are standing here, bruised and battered, but still standing. That's not weakness, that's power. But I get it. It doesn't feel like power, does it? Not when you're sitting alone in the dark, choking on your doubts with no one to tell you it's going to be okay. You've been told over and over that asking for help makes you strong, but what they never told you is this. Sometimes no one will answer. And when no one answers, that's when you discover the truth about yourself. Being alone doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're unstoppable. The greatest battles in life aren't fought in crowded arenas. They are fought in silence, where no one cheers for you, no one sees your pain, and no one applauds your victory. Ask yourself, will you let this pain break you, or will you use it to build the strongest version of yourself? The choice is yours, but so is the outcome. You've heard it before, haven't you? You're not good enough. You're wasting your time. Those words echo in your head, louder than any applause you've ever dreamed of. And maybe, just maybe, you've started to believe them. But let's stop for a moment. Have you ever asked yourself why they doubt you? Why they try so hard to pull you down? The truth is simple. They fear you. They see in you what they'll never have. The courage to keep going, even when the odds are stacked against you. Let's talk about fear for a second. It's not the enemy you think it is. Fear whispers to you in the dead of night, pointing out every flaw, every failure. But what if I told you that fear is just a guide, showing you where you need to go? Fear only exists where growth is waiting. Pastor Toonsonby, and then there's pain. Oh, pain. Your ever-present shadow. It's the weight on your chest when you wake up, the ache in your soul when you think you can't take another step. Most people run from it. They numb it, avoid it, pretend it's not there, but you're different. You feel it, you carry it, and even when it threatens to crush you, you don't let it. Here's the secret no one tells you. Your pain is your power. It's the raw, unfiltered proof that you are alive, that you're still fighting. Pain doesn't mean you're losing. It means you're growing. Think of every great warrior, every legend whose name echoes through history. Do you think they were born strong? No. They were forged in the fire of their struggles, just like you are right now. They bled, they cried, they doubted themselves, but they didn't stop, and neither should you. It's easy to doubt yourself when the world doubts you too. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that your failures define you. But let me ask you this. If you could only succeed after enduring failure, would you give up? Would you let one bad chapter define the rest of your story? No one said this journey would be easy. No one promised you comfort. But that's the point. Comfort is the enemy of progress. Every time you choose to stay in your pain, to embrace the discomfort instead of running from it, you're building something stronger than anyone can imagine. And yes, it's lonely. Yes, it's hard. But let's face it, no one else can walk this path for you. The people around you, they can cheer you on or tear you down, but in the end, it's your fight, your pain, your story. So what's it going to be? Are you going to let fear and pain control you, keep you small? Or will you stand up, broken but unbowed, and take what's yours? If contentment were easy to accomplish, it wouldn't be based on compulsion. The battle you're fighting isn't just against the world, it's against yourself. And that's the hardest fight there is. But here's the thing, the hardest fights bring the greatest victories. There's something you need to understand right now. Your pain is not the end of your story. It's not a dead end. It's not a sentence that will keep you trapped forever. Your pain is the beginning. It's the seed of everything you'll become. You may have been told to avoid pain, to shield yourself from suffering. But the truth is, the more you try to avoid it, the more it controls you. Pain is like a shadow. It follows you until you stop running. And when you stop running, that's when you grow. Think about it. When was the last time you truly felt alive? It wasn't during the easy moments, was it? It wasn't in the times when everything went according to plan. No, you felt alive when you were hanging by a thread, when you were staring down your worst nightmare, and you refused to give in. You see, the most beautiful things are made from pressure. Diamonds don't form in comfort. They form in the deepest, darkest places, where the earth is crushing them from all sides. The greater the pressure, the greater the strength. Every time you've been knocked down, every time you've wanted to quit, you've had two choices: give up or keep fighting. And the fact that you're still here, still breathing, still pushing forward, means you've chosen to keep fighting. This is your moment of truth. What if I told you that all that pain you're holding on to, those scars, those broken pieces of yourself, they aren't weaknesses. They're the armor you've forged. Each bruise, each tear, each sleepless night has given you a strength that cannot be taken away. It's made you unbreakable, meter of running. But you won't realize this until you stop running from the pain and start using it. Because the pain isn't something to fear. It's your greatest teacher. Look at the person you are today. You've survived things that would have broken anyone else. You've made it this far not because of luck, not because someone saved you, but because you've learned to turn your suffering into power. And now, you're more than just a survivor. You're a warrior. So the next time life knocks you down, the next time you feel the weight of the world on your shoulders, remember this: you are not broken. You are evolving. And that is where your true strength lies. Not in avoiding pain, but in embracing it, using it to build something unstoppable. One of the most notable explanations for mindfulness appears in the Catholic tradition. And this is what the word meant when explaining to others how they should live. You've spent enough time fearing what's ahead, wondering if you're strong enough to keep going. The truth is, you're stronger than you've ever known. You've already faced your demons. and you've come out the other side. So stop doubting yourself. Stop questioning your strength. It's time to rise. Exercise 1. Now, it's time for you to make a choice. Are you going to stay stuck in the darkness, believing that pain is your enemy? Or are you going to stand up and embrace the truth that pain is what will push you forward to become the person you were always meant to be? The road ahead won't be easy. No one said it would be. But that's the beauty of it. The harder the journey, the greater the reward. You're not meant to live a life of comfort, waiting for things to fall into your lap. You're meant to take every ounce of pain, every bit of suffering, and turn it into something powerful. You might feel like you're not enough. You might feel like you don't have what it takes. But deep down, you know you do. The strength you've been searching for is already inside you. It has always been there, buried under the weight of your fears, your doubts, and your pain. It's time to stop waiting for someone else to pull it out of you. It's time to bring it to the surface yourself. This is your fight, your journey, your story. No one else can write it for you. Every moment you choose to face the darkness instead of running from it, you are becoming the person you were meant to be. Every scar, every struggle, every heartbreak is part of the masterpiece you're creating. Remember this. You are not alone. You are surrounded by millions of others who are fighting the same battle. They are feeling the same pain. They are questioning themselves just like you. But what sets you apart is your choice to keep going. Your choice to use that pain, to transform it into the strength that will carry you forward. When the world tells you to stop, when it tells you you're not good enough, when you're staring at the darkness with no way out, you have a choice. Keep moving. This is your moment. Step into your power. You have everything you need to overcome whatever comes your way. The question is, will you? You've already survived what was meant to break you. Now it's time to rise. Rise above the doubt. Rise above the pain. And rise above the fear. Because the person you are becoming is unstoppable. So, what are you going to do? The world is waiting for you to show up. Are you ready to fight for the life you deserve? Get up, stand tall, and never look back. You are unstoppable.